Hey everyone, it's Friday, May 29th, 2020. Welcome to episode 14 of the Ginger and the Beard podcast. What's up, guys? It's been a while since I broke out the stick, so I figured I'd give that a try again. But if you're just tuning into the stream or you're listening to the recorded version of the show, we just got done playing Crucible, a brand new free-to-play game that comes from Amazon. If you want to check out how that went, you can see the recording on Twitch, YouTube, or thegingerandthebeard.com. Make sure you check us out live next week as we pick another game to stream.
Crucible was awesome. It's pretty good.
It was.
Pretty good. So you guys should absolutely check it out. But now it's time we move into the podcast portion of the show, and there's some exciting stuff to talk about.
Yes, sir.
But before we dive in, how was your week, sir?
It was good. It was good. This week actually went by fast because we had Memorial Day off, obviously. So this week kind of flew by, but we had a bunch of rainy weather, so it's kind of lame. Didn't get to go out and do much. Not that we could, anyways, considering the virus, the mysterious virus, is among us. But yeah, it was a really good week. How about yours?
It was quick, man. End of the month. It was quick. What happened this week? I don't even know what happened. It was Memorial Day, and now it's Friday, and I don't know what happened. I started playing Phantasy Star Online too. That was fun.
You did. I've seen you on the streaming. But what about your Memorial Day? Do anything fun on Memorial Day?
No, we had big plans, and then we just decided to hang out at the house. We were going to go to the mountains and stuff, but it ended up raining, and yeah, we didn't trust our cars because we haven't drove them in a while, so stayed at home. But that's fine, right?
Yeah, your engine's all filled with the funk.
Yeah, it's got the funk. We started.
Yeah, we actually.
Go ahead.
I was saying we started.
No, you go.
You go. Okay, I'll go.
All right.
I was just saying we spent our Memorial Day weekend at home. Obviously, you guys saw last week I was recording in a different location. I'm back in my fancy home studio now, and shout out to my son Kai who helped me set this up. He's 4 years old, so he gets super excited to set up all the lights, and was really impressed when I made this light back here blue, and it's kind of like magic to a little kid. But so
is that his first time seeing all that? Like helping you set up all that?
Yeah, he's seen it a couple times, but this is his first time like setting it up with me, so it's kind of fun.
Couple started early, man. He'll be the next big star.
I got all the RGBs happening on my desk right now, and he likes to look at that stuff. But yeah, we took the kids fishing for the first time when we were in our hometown up in the mountains. Somebody that we went to high school with actually opened a trout pond, and I'm definitely not a big fisherman, as you might assume, but
never know.
The kids' grandfather took them and us out to do some fishing, and that was a ton of fun. But yeah, I'm happy the week went by fast, and excited to be recording another episode, sir.
Heck yeah! The only big thing I guess that really happened for me is I got a new camera angle. I bought a couple a bit more pieces of equipment, and now I have now I can have this kind of top down look. I'm really happy about it.
I like it.
The small victories.
It looks great. Thanks, it's the little things in life, man. You gotta appreciate the little things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
anyway, what are you drinking?
I'm also very excited to be drinking a beer right now, or about to indulge in a beer. So let me get into that. Today on this week's episode of the Ginger and the Beard podcast, I'm having another local brew. I love supporting my local breweries. This one comes from Wasserhund Brewery. Can I get some angle here? Wasserhund. I don't know how you actually pronounce it, but it's a German inspired. As you can see, the German Shepherd there. This is actually the German Schepeweizen. So a nice little play on words there. It's a Hefeweizen. Cool fact about Wasserhund, or a couple of facts actually. They're based out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, and they opened in 2015. And all of their beers are dog themed. Like their entire like brewery and brew pub or the restaurant, whatever you want to call it, is dog themed. Just a couple of examples. This obviously the German Schepeweizen, but they also have the purebred Pilsner. They have Unleashed Boysenberry Goes, and my favorite, Downward Dog Milkshake IPA.
Oh yeah, hit him with that yoga at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, German Schepeweizen. Obviously, it's a Hefeweizen. It's 5.9% ABV, 15 IBUs. The description that they give for it is, this is the best known wheat beer from South Germany, the Hefeweizen. Its appearance is cloudy and yellow, which we'll see soon, with an aroma of banana and clove. It is full of malt, sweetness, a little hop bitterness, and containing just enough spice flavor to keep your lips smacking. If wheat beer is your preference, this is your beer. So I'm going to back far away from my keyboard, guys, because I don't want any more mistakes to happen. I can't ruin more than one mechanical keyboard, so excuse me for one moment.
Absolutely. Ooh, yum. That's a bit darker than I was expecting.
It is kind of a little darker, honestly, based on the description there. Cloudy and yellow with an aroma of banana and clove. Let's check that out. I guess I can sort of get some banana in there. I was reading reviews of this beer on a couple of different websites, and it's got mixed reviews. So this is the first time I've actually had it, but some people say they get notes of balloons.
Balloons? What?
So two things. That's really weird that you pick up balloons in a beer. And also, when have you tasted balloons? Just saying.
Two good questions.
So some other people said cotton candy. So there's a lot of different flavors. Here we go. I'm going to try it out.
All right.
Okay, so good news. I definitely don't get any balloons.
No balloons. Okay. Step one.
I can see the banana. The clove. I'm not really a big Hefeweizen drinker. I don't really get wheat beers very often, but it's smooth. It's not as hoppy as I typically drink, but it's tasty. So check them out. If you're local, check out Wasserhund. They have delicious pizzas at their brewery. So check them out.
That's in Virginia Beach?
In Virginia Beach. Next time you guys are in, once the zombie apocalypse has passed, we'll check them out.
I want some of that boysenberry goes, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I know you're about the goes. You're all about the goes.
Love it, man.
How about you, sir? What are you drinking today?
I'm switching it up a little bit. All right. Keeping it PG today. We got some good old Virgils. What do you know about Virgils? Oh yeah,
Virgils.
Got that good old beer right there. What's up? Yeah, you know about this beer.
Is that a root beer?
This is 0% ABV, 0 IBUs. Just watch this amazing pour. Yes, sir. It is a root beer. I'm not ignoring you, but we're gonna have ourselves a nice little sip of some Virgil's root beer today.
Oh yeah.
And
nice.
Not to disappoint, but it's a little tinny, well-carbonated, sharp and fresh. That's what I'm talking about. Cloying aftertaste. This is the definition right from the website, okay? Creamier root beers. It's one of those satisfying lovers of creamier root beers. Oh, it's going to satisfy lovers of creamier root beers. Nutmeg, imported anise, and wintergreen. Take me there.
Very nice.
Oh yeah, that's root beer right there, buddy. Yeah, we'll have some beer for the next show, but tonight we're keeping it nice and easy.
I think that counts. Actually, you know what? Let's ask the audience: is root beer actually a beer? We didn't do our homework on this one, but what classifies a beer? I mean, if you can call it root beer, then there's something happening there, right? So you guys let us know in the comments.
It's virgin beer.
It's virgin
beer. If I put some vodka in it, what does that make it? Is that just normal beer?
It's a great question. Maybe you should try it out. Well, either way, for the Instagrams, because we do it for the gram, let's hold up our glasses.
Absolutely.
Nobody has to know what's in there.
They'll never know.
Let's get a yeah. All right.
Boom. Tink.
Boom. Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to you.
Now the evening just got much better.
Oh man, how amazing!
Oh man,
Gotta love it.
So do we have any beer news this week? Anything happening that we should let the people know about?
Two small things. Nothing really big. So Dogfish Head in the brewery Thoreau. I think most people know about Dogfish Head, right? I'm sure
Of course.
you definitely know. Brewery Thoreau is another one that you know of now. I don't know if you've had any of it yet, but you know of me talking about it multiple times. They're going to do a collaboration, another collaboration. They're going to make a beer called Mrs. Ridiculous. So listen about this, right? So this is right up my alley. It's a mixed culture sour ale beered with locally grown Chamberson grapes, right? So that's a different kind of, it's a wine that you can get.
Interesting.
They're grapes that people make into wine, fermented using carbonic maceration and aged in French oak. Now, I don't know what carbonic maceration is, but it sounds good. And aged in French oak, it's going to be like a sour wine almost, I feel like.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, so I can't wait for that to come out. It's going to be in a 12.7 ounce bottle. And we don't know what the ABV is yet because I think they're still working on it. So as soon as I have more information about Mrs. Ridiculous, I will let you know. And then also, Left Hand Brewing is updating their peanut butter milk stout. It's going to be in a 12-ounce can now. And let me go ahead and show you guys the label. Oops.
Man, I love a good peanut butter stout. I took a real liking to stouts over this winter, and I kind of miss them at this point. I mean, I actually ventured into Wegmans yesterday to pick up some new beers, and that's the first time I've done that since this whole coronavirus stuff. But they still have some stouts, obviously your staples out there, but it feels weird to drink a stout when it's super hot outside to me. But, when the winter comes back around, I'm definitely going to indulge more.
So... Oh, dude, yeah, me too. So here we go again. Past themes, labeling. It's all about labeling. If you saw this on the counter or on the shelf, right, your eyes would kind of be drawn to this, I think. And you'd be
I need that in my life.
Yeah, I think I want to try that. Peanut butter milk stout? I mean, it just looks like you could just take those little cups right off of there and eat them, Looks amazing.
So creamy and delicious.
Yeah. So yeah,
now I need a Reese cup. I need a Reese cup now. Should drink it with some Reese cups.
Ooh, I bet it would be good with chocolate or just straight peanut butter. I don't know. Maybe not just straight peanut butter. But anyway, that's the beer news, buddy. Not a lot of news, but full of delicious peanut butter.
Yes. Oh man. Now see, I'm like craving a peanut butter stout now, or some sort of milk stout. Like I love the coffee stouts.
Oh yeah.
I love all that stuff, man.
Have you had
seen
Sweet
some
Baby
crazy
Jesus?
Ones. Yeah, that one's always out. I've had Sweet Baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And that one's definitely out in stores right now. But I've seen some ridiculous stouts and porters on Instagram. A bunch of these channels that I follow, they post like the most ridiculous dessert porters you've ever heard of in your life.
Oh yes.
And it makes me hungry looking at those sometimes.
Oh yeah, dude.
But yeah, thanks for hitting us with the beer news, man. I love Dogfish Head Brewery #1. Their 60, 90, 120-minute IPAs are delicious. So Mrs.
Always
Ridiculous obviously sounds ridiculous. So I'm excited to hear some more info on that one.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I find more. I definitely need to go hit up a Total Wine and just stock up on some brewery ales and maybe some 90 minutes. Missing that in my life.
Just get you a mask, man. Just mask up. Just go in there.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge all the people that are around you. And
I'm taking a sword with me. I'm just gonna
throw the bows.
Just throw the bows.
Just fish your way through there.
I have a cane. I'm just gonna take the cane and just like poke people. Hey, you're too close, man. You're too close.
Yeah.
All right, man. You ready to talk about some tech? Let's get into it.
Yes. We got a lot of tech news. Let's do it.
All right, we're gonna transition right now. We're back.
What's up, everyone?
Unveiled ourselves.
We're back from outer space. Yeah, all right, so tech news, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Holy moly, our list is long. But let's start out with something pretty big for you Windows users out there. I know the two of us are Windows users, and I know some of the folks that listen to our podcast are Windows users. Windows 10 May update for 2020 is out now. It's called Windows 10 2004. That's like the numbering system, whatever. But there's a lot of big kind of consumer side improvements and new features added. But we'll walk through all that stuff. But the first thing to know is that Microsoft's actually warning some people not to upgrade their operating system just yet. This kind of tends to be the trend. I feel like anytime a new operating system comes out, whether it's Mac, whether it's Windows, like, you should probably just sit tight. Even if that little notification bugs you every single day, it's like, hey, you've got an update. You should restart your computer now. Just tell it no. Just keep saying no, 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 as long as you can until it basically forces you to do it. Because there's always something. Default. Yeah, right?
It's been on there for years.
My wife's computer, her MacBook, has been saying she needs an upgrade for like probably a year at this point to get up to Mac OS Catalina. But if she does that, which you and I, Beard, have found out recently, it moves it does some stuff in the back end and makes you a 64-bit system as opposed to a 32-bit system. And you can't run a lot of your legacy apps. You can't do certain games. It's a whole bunch of problems. But anyways, that's besides the point. Windows 10 update for May. Here's some things that it includes. Number one, improvements to the task manager. So obviously, you guys know the task manager. They've added GPU temperature, which is something really cool for gamers, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's tons of plugins you can have. There's tons of plugins you can install, obviously, in apps to manage that stuff. But now it's built in natively. You can check your GPU temperature. Which I'm sure that's something that you would probably enjoy, Mr. Beard.
Oh, yeah. I use Specky right now. You techers out there probably know all about Specky. It's a nice and easy way to get a nice, quick diagnostics into your system. You open it up, color codes the temperature of all your parts, tells you what's in there, versions and all that good stuff. Very useful. I think I had you download it too, AJ. Did you download it at one point?
Maybe.
I know it's saved my computer a couple times because I've popped that thing open when things start to bog down and it's like in the orange and it's at like 83 degrees Celsius. It's like, okay, all right, we're cooking eggs, buddy. Let's turn it off.
Yikes. Right.
Yeah. It gets hot.
Time to take a break.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. So that's cool. That's a really cool addition. This one I'm pretty interested in. Faster Bluetooth pairing. I don't know what the technical details are behind that, but it's just faster Bluetooth pairing. I like that. The Your Phone app, if you use that, Reese, you're still an Android user. I've recently switched to iPhone, so I can't really make use of this app. But the Your Phone app is seeing some improvements. Now you can make and decline and reply to text when phone calls come in. So instead of just I don't know what you used to be able to do before, but you can now answer them, decline them, or you can respond with a text message to say like, hey, I'm in a meeting, or hey, I'm busy, whatever. Okay. You can also make calls. You can send text messages. You can check your notifications, all using that Your Phone app, which is an amazing feature. That's actually more robust than what Mac offers for iPhone users. You have messages on Mac, but you can make calls, but you can't really check your notifications and stuff like that. But so that's really cool. Cortana's getting some upgrades. They're making it more conversational. That's great. I don't know if anybody uses Cortana on their PC. I personally do not. No. And the last but not least, I'm not going to divulge too far into this, but there's a lot of new security features that are being built into the back end just to make Windows more secure to boot. So some of that includes like the Windows Hello, like face scanning stuff. I'm not sure if your new laptop that you bought has that face scanning technology to let you unlock your computer, but there are now some more security in the background to make that more useful for folks.
I don't think the new one has that. It might though once I get this update, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll find out. I mean, it's really exciting. I just hope that this update doesn't break everything, because every time Windows does an update, it breaks, last time they did a big update like this, my headphones stopped working, and I had to like,
Oh no.
yeah, dude, it like stopped. I had to do all this like weird configuration just to get them to work again. Like I had to plug it into a different USB slot and uninstall the drivers and reinstall the drivers. So it's just like, it's the little things,
Shame.
you know. I just hope it doesn't break everything.
Shame. Yeah, so I read it a little bit more into like where they were saying not to do it. Obviously, they wouldn't release an update to folks if they weren't like somewhat confident in its performance. But it seems that the users who are primarily affected by the breaking is those who go out and seek the update. So they're the ones that like manually are trying to get that update as opposed to like allowing it to come to them first. And for these specific subset of users who are using something called hypervisor, I'm not even familiar with what that is. Essentially, it's something you can enable to protect against malicious code injection, is what I've read. So, anyways, if you are somebody who uses that and are familiar with that technology, Microsoft is urging you not to upgrade yet because there's something that's happening and is causing issues. So just be patient. Long story short, just be patient. No major upgrades here that you need to have right this second. So just kind of sit tight.
I can
That's
be
it with
hacky
the Windows 10.
Yeah, it is. I can be hacky in some situations, but I'm not doing this. I'll wait for this one, and I'll probably click postpone a couple weeks, just until it's like got all the kinks worked out, you know.
Yeah. So speaking of folks who have to be confident of something before they release, we have some big news in terms of space travel. Not quite space travel, but
wow. I do want to give a quick little plug. We started watching Space Force today?
Oh, dude,
new show.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on. It's on Netflix, and
that's Steve Carell, right?
Steve Carell. It got bad critic reviews, but I saw a lot of good like people reviews that like it. So we liked it. We watched a little bit of it, and can't wait to watch some more. I'm sure we're gonna be binging it this weekend. I don't want to get into all that. I just wanted to give that a little plug and move right on to SpaceX, guys. SpaceX, company owned by Elon Musk, is getting ready to launch the first astronauts into space. Their first time launching astronauts into space. It was scheduled to take place on May 27th, which was, I think, Wednesday, but it got scrubbed due to the weather. Their next attempt is going to be tomorrow, so May 30th at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Daytime. Mr. Bob Benkin and Doug Hurley, NASA astronauts, will be heading into orbit. Yeah. So what?
Of the millions of people in the United States, like the most generic names are the people who are astronauts. Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug.
Keeping it simple. So they're going to be going out on Crew Dragon. And a couple things to note is this is the first time a privately owned vehicle was ever sent into space. So SpaceX is a privately owned company. It's not government run. It's the first time a private vehicle is being sent for space travel. And it's also the first time in nearly a decade that America has launched anyone into orbit. It's been, I think, mostly Russia. But correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. It's been American astronauts, but sent up in Russian Soyuz capsules. I had to look that up, actually.
Yes. There we go.
But yeah.
And here's a picture of these guys. Oh, hold on.
Oh, let's see Bob and Doug. Yeah, I actually was kind of surprised with that. I didn't know that fact until my wife is actually the one who informed me of the space of the launch. And so I was checking it out, and they're like, yeah, this is the first time since 2011 we've sent astronauts to space. Right. And I was like, hold up. I obviously I know that the ISS has got people up there, so it can't be that long. So then I looked it up, and it was like, oh, from America, from the United States. So go America.
Yeah, like... Man, I can't imagine living in space for like long periods of time. But one thing I noticed, and I don't know if this is the actual suits that they're going to be wearing when they launch up, but look how like futuristic and like modern
That's it, dude.
This looks. right?
That's it. That's what they were wearing. I was watching the live broadcast when they were supposed to go up. I watched it get scrubbed, and that's what they had on. Yeah, very very sci-fi looking. That's like a SpaceX
Yeah.
suit designed by SpaceX. I mean, compared to what you traditionally see astronauts wearing, like it's like it looks way more streamlined and actually like sort of comfortable. Like it looks like winter apparel, like you're about to go skiing or something, and that's basically it.
Yeah, I saw this and I was just like, wow, okay. Um, the future is here, right? We talked about that in a past podcast where it was kind of like, what do you expect in the future? Well, here we go. This looks like something out of a movie though, right? Like this looks like something out
Right.
of like an 80s movie, but it looks
It does.
futuristic. It looks sleek. So,
Yeah,
hey, there we
super
go.
cool, man. I will definitely be tuning in at 1:33 p.m. to check that out.
Yeah, I will too. We're going to be watching it. Hopefully, everything goes well. Get those guys up there. I'm not sure what the mission really is. I think it's just really a test run just to get them into space and see how everything goes. And then there's going to be many more to come. Because I know Elon wants to send them up and make sure that they land safely. So,
All right.
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Well, best of luck to those guys. I can't imagine that feeling of about to launch yourself into space. I
Yeah,
hope that everything goes right.
they've sent these Crew Dragons up a couple times already, and most of them. There was one failure last year where it caught flame, but they've had many since that, and they quoted basically saying that was a godsend that happened because they needed to have that failure so that it wouldn't happen when it was time to send humans up there. So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah,
That makes
should
sense.
be good. Should be good. So, cool.
Nice. Yeah, well, so something a lot lower risk. YouTube actually released some new features, or one main new feature that came out, I think yesterday, I believe it launched for everyone. So they released a chapters feature for creators to use, and it's something I'm very excited about. You're probably very excited about, considering that we host a podcast that we publish to YouTube. Shameless plug, go check out our YouTube channel. And so, yeah, you can essentially just add chapters. Like this seems like a very basic functionality. I've been able to add chapters to like DVDs that I'm burning since like middle school.
Yeah.
So, but now on YouTube, when you're uploading, you can actually assign timestamps to chapters as part of the upload process. And when the user goes to watch the video, the chapters are signified by these little line breaks in the play bar at the bottom of the screen. So you'll have these little black play markers, and you can scrub directly to those chapter markers. They're going to be adding some keyboard shortcuts so you can quickly skip through the chapters to get to where you need to be. And I believe you can actually assign titles to the chapters. So for us, for instance, we could say the tech news section, the video game news section, UFC, so people can skip directly to what they care to hear about. So check that out.
Nice.
I'm sure when we upload this next podcast, if you're watching on YouTube right now, you probably will have these chapter markers. So check that out.
Yeah, because before people would have to like hyperlink it in the description, and then you could like in the description you would put like your chapters basically, and then people could just click the timestamps. Makes sense, man. About time they did it.
Yeah, right. Like this seems something they could have done a long time ago, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hard to do. And then on phones, actually, if you're wondering how do your big fat finger gets in the way of your playhead when you're trying to scrub through the video, it actually will use like a snap functionality. It'll snap to the chapters as you're scrubbing through and give you some haptic feedback to give you a little buzz to say, "Oh, you've reached the next chapter." So pretty cool. I just wanted to throw that out there.
That is awesome, man. Really excited to see that, and I'm sure content creators are gonna love that. Viewers are gonna love that. Because think about all the times that you've like wanted to watch a video, but there's like so much. Somebody makes like a 30-minute video, and like you just need to see like 2 minutes of it, and there's all that fluff.
Exactly.
Now you can,
Yeah, exactly.
get to where you need to be getting.
Especially with in the world of how-to videos. Like, I mean, how many times have we had to reference a how-to video to even set this podcast up? There's always that one little nugget in there you just got to figure out how to get to. And then when you want to go back to watch it again later, you're like, all right, let me scrub. I feel like it was in this section somewhere. Let me just keep scrubbing. It's kind of challenging. So
I'm right there with you.
very nice.
All right, so
Very nice.
that went faster than I thought it would. We're kind of on a roll right now. I guess. Are you ready to jump in and talk about some UFC? I mean, we always
Yeah.
spend the most time on UFC, so it's probably
Of
good
course
that
we do.
we got through the tech section. All right,
Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Transition time starting now. Oh.
And we're back again. It's time for some UFC shenanigans. Welcome to our favorite segment of the podcast, or mine at least, maybe.
mine too.
So we've got maybe we should move it to the top. I don't know. But we've got a lot of exciting stuff happening in the world of UFC. Not only is there an event tomorrow, May 30th, headlined by Tyron Woodley, back in action after his loss to Kamaru Usman, facing off with Gilbert Burns, which I guess is I don't really know much about Gilbert Burns. Seems like a kind of a younger cat, not been in the sport quite as long, but looking at his record, he actually has almost the same record as Tyron Woodley. Gilbert Burns with 18-3, and Tyron Woodley with 19-4. So really, they don't have that much of a difference when it comes to professional experience. Obviously, Tyron has held the belt, and Gilbert Burns is working his way up there. But this card is not quite as exciting as the others that we've seen, in the past couple weeks. But I am excited to see Tyron Woodley come back and see. We talked about this last week. See what he brings to the table. But looking a little bit more into Gilbert, his last few fights, he actually knocked out Damian Maia in March. So I actually don't really recall this fight, but he was a co-main in Brazil. I think this was actually the last card, or the first card, to air during the coronavirus pandemic when they fought without an audience. Okay. So he knocked out Damian Maia in the first round with 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the fight. So Damian Maia, obviously a legend. So this should be an interesting fight.
Yeah, but I don't think he's not typically a striker, right? He's usually
No.
a grappler and whatnot. So I could see why, I mean, anybody that can punch has a puncher's chance, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, against Tyron Woodley, who's got a ton of power, and I'm trying to put up an image right now. That's why I'm sitting here like looking at my screen so that you guys can see these guys, but it doesn't seem to be working. I just want to, there's an image here. Let me just share it this way. If I can't do it the other way, I'll do it this way. Here you can see it now. So this is the weigh-ins. I think it's just so funny seeing these guys with their masks on like this, like these two intimidating guys that are like ready to kill each other, and then they just got these like goofy masks on. It's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Should be a good fight, though. Tyron's looking a little skinny. Look at him, dude.
I was going to say, when I saw this photo earlier today, I was like, damn, dude, Gilbert, they weighed in the exact same weight, but Gilbert looks huge compared to Tyron.
Yeah. Who do you think's going to win?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Tyron's ground game looks like. Obviously, when he fought Kamaru Usman, it was basically non-existent. But Gilbert actually looks like he's got a couple submission wins under his belt. So if it goes to the ground, I mean, I'd be interested in seeing what happens. But I have a feeling that these dudes are just going to punch it out. I think they're going to stand in the center of the octagon and kind of go at it. But I just hope that Tyron has a better show than he had with Kamaru Usman, because that was pretty hard to watch, man. Like, he just kind of got drug around the entire match, and obviously that was Kamaru's game plan. But yeah, I'm excited. So the rest of the card, not a lot of big names. The co-main is a heavyweight bout between Blagoy Ivanov. Yeah, Augusto Sakai, I guess he pronounced his last name.
I don't know Augusto.
I mean, yeah, there's not really a lot of like big name matchups on this, but I'm sure I'll be tuning in at least for the main event, if not for the entire card. So
I just went back to look at Gilbert Burns' record a little bit more. He beat Gunnar Nelson. That's a pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good fight. He beat Mike Davis. His only, big loss recently was against Dan Hooker. Dan Hooker's
he's not human.
He's dude. He's awesome. I think Dan Hooker lost his last fight though, or no. He beat Paul Felder. Sorry. He lost against Edson Barbosa, but he's won his last 3 fights. And using that to kind of segue in, he's going to be fighting Dan Poirier coming up soon. I don't know if you remember seeing that.
Dustin Poirier.
What did I say? Yeah. Did I say Dan?
I meant Dan.
Dustin.
Yeah.
I got Dan Hooker.
That's going to be a hell of a fight, man.
I think it was really supposed to. I can't wait. It was supposed to be on June 27th, but I think they're going to move it to Fight Island on the
I can't
sometime
wait for
in
Fight
July.
Island.
Dude,
I can't
me
believe we
either.
haven't talked about this yet. Fight Island is something I'm like literally cannot be more excited to see. I can't wait to see how they set this up.
Dude, I can't either. Have we seen it though? Like we know where it's at, right?
I don't think
they've showed it.
Yeah, I don't think that we've heard anything about it. I follow this stuff pretty closely, and I haven't seen anybody post about Fight Island being revealed, like the location or anything. There's tons of rumors out there. There's rumors that Dana White bought Jeffrey Epstein's island. I don't think that's the case, but I just can't wait. I can't wait to see people just fighting on the beach. And they just announced, I think today I saw the Jessica Andrade and Rose Namajunas rematch is going to be on Fight Island. So it doesn't get much better than that. Let's be honest.
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready. There was something posted earlier on Bloody Elbow about the SEA trademark. And I guess, John Oliver's trying to get his cut into Fight Island and whatnot. And basically Dana was like, no chance, buddy. You're not getting any part of this.
I don't even get the reference.
I don't know.
So yeah, Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker is going to be an amazing fight. But yeah, I mean, Dan Hooker, I think if you guys out there listening right now haven't seen the Edson Barbosa versus Dan Hooker fight, nothing will show you more of what Dan Hooker is made of than that one fight right there, because he took such a beating. He ended up losing that fight, like Reese said, but it shows you how tough that guy actually is. So anybody that's standing toe-to-toe with that guy knows you have to bring it to knock that dude out, and he's just going to keep coming at you no matter what you throw at him. So I can't wait to see that one.
I didn't say this before, but the reason why they're going to push it to Fight Island in July is because Dan Hooker is in New Zealand, and he can't fly to Vegas. I think it was in Vegas for the June 27th event, and he can't fly because, well, COVID. So, yeah. But Dustin Poirier is no pushover, man. That guy's got some serious boxing skill. He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's fought for the title before. He beat Justin Gaethje, and we all saw Justin Gaethje's performance against Tony Ferguson very recently. So, man, that's going to be a barn burner. I can't wait.
I'm super excited. What everyone else is very excited about is Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor can't stay out of the spotlight, no matter what he does. So,
ridiculous.
If you follow the sport remotely closely at all, you've seen Conor McGregor's name plastered all over everything. He drives traffic to websites. He brings in viewers for the UFC. And right now we're trying to figure out who's Conor going to fight next. I can tell you what Dana White says. Dana White says there's been no conversations about who Conor McGregor's going to fight. So regardless of what you're reading right now, it's most likely not true. So make sure you just read between the lines there. But it's still fun to talk about the rumors. Number one, Conor McGregor versus Jorge Masvidal has been talked about. I would love to see that fight. I think that's I'd be the most excited to watch. Number two, Kamaru Usman. This is one I feel like is probably most likely to happen. But again, Dana has other plans for Kamaru. I think Jorge's actually even on the chopping block to fight Kamaru Usman. And then the last one that's really fun to talk about is Anderson Silva. So Anderson Silva.
Jeez.
So we all know who Anderson Silva is, but Conor went on this long Twitter rant about who he thinks the UFC GOAT is, the greatest of all time, if you guys don't know what that stands for. And of course, he included himself on the list somewhere, but Anderson Silva was also on the list. So Anderson responded back on Twitter, basically calling for a 176-pound super fight between him and Conor McGregor. So extremely hyped up. I mean, if this fight were to happen, how excited would you be?
Oh no, I don't want that fight, dude. You want
I don't
that
want that
fight?
Not really. I mean, like, if I'm playing a video game, I would love to see the two of those guys fight, right? But in reality,
yeah.
In reality, we saw what happened when Anderson Silva went toe-to-toe with Adesanya, with Stylebender. Stylebender pieced him up. He made him look like an old, slow guy. And he's just not fighting in his prime anymore. He's past his prime, unfortunately. So I don't really think Silva would even stand a chance against Conor McGregor. But, I mean, if we're talking about Anderson in his prime versus Conor in his prime, how exciting would that actually be?
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd love to see that. I'd probably give it to Anderson, honestly. I think that it's just like Anderson trying to make some money, right? Like it's not going to be a competition. It's just going to be Anderson's trying to get, a big payday and then he'll probably be done. There's a couple people that you didn't include on this list though. Justin Gaethje, right? Justin Gaethje was on the Joe Rogan podcast recently and mentioned how basically he's able to call the shots now because he's the big entertainer. Everybody wants to see Justin, right? Everybody wants to see Justin fight Khabib. Just imagine if he beats Khabib, that brings that belt back to the United States, right? And he came right out and said, like, Conor doesn't have the cards right now. Like, he has the cards. He can call the fights. If he wants to fight Conor, he can fight Conor. I don't know how true that is, right? It's all based on what Dana says, but Gaethje's real thoughts here is, yeah, it's all about that money. It's all about that money. So I think that's a fight that would really sell because everybody saw what Justin did. Everybody, right? Nobody's got any sports to watch. So they all were watching that UFC fight, and he put it on, dude. So,
oh, yeah.
He basically said that he's got 3 people that he wants to fight, and then he's going to be done. He wants to fight Khabib. He wants to fight Dustin and get that win back. And then if he can, he'll fight Conor just as a bonus pay to make that money.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a what? Yeah, go ahead.
Who do you want to see Conor fight the most?
Honestly, man, I don't really care. I was about to say, like, I really, it's kind of annoying sometimes that, as a true fan of the sport, when you try to follow these fighters and follow the headlines and stuff like that, it's all just, it's like in the technology industry where, they talk about this new technology that comes out. Like, you go to CES and you see like these rollable TV screens and you get all excited about it and you find out that's never actually going to come to consumers, right? It's called vaporware, and I feel like that's what the UFC is full of right now. It's like vaporware. It's vapor fights. Like, you have these guys having beef on Twitter. You have John Jones and Francis Ngannou who wanna have a fight, but the UFC can't muster up the money for it, or doesn't want to, or there's all this back and forth and drama around like why they're not making the fight.
Yeah.
And I feel like Conor has kind of reached that stage. Like, he's got all the money in the world. He doesn't need to fight. He's doing it because he likes the attention and wants to be the center of the sport again. It feels like he's probably losing that and it's slipping away from him, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So really, I don't really care who Conor fights next. I mean, he always brings a good fight. Like, you can say that for sure. So if I had to pick somebody, I'd either say Jorge Masvidal or Justin Gaethje for sure. I don't really want to see the Anderson Silva fight because he's not in his prime. Kamaru Usman, though, I honestly think Kamaru would take it to him, man. I really do.
I think both George and Kamaru, dude, they're so much bigger than him. They cut down to 170, and
Conor's working his way up.
Yeah, he used to cut down to 145. Like, he's a lot smaller than them. I don't like Conor at that weight class, dude. He should be fighting at 145.
And it's also kind of annoying that he's like the poster child of the sport, and he kind of gets to pick whatever fights he wants. And it's not really like he has to fight within the ranks. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So
Yeah,
we'll see
it's
what
like
happens.
the W. It's like WWE, right? You know, it has that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
I like
I mean,
the
at this point,
competitiveness.
they might as well at this point just have a fantasy league for UFC, and it's just like these fighters who have stepped out of the spotlight for whatever reason, and they just make these like crazy fights,
Stipe
like
Miocic versus Henry
Henry
Cejudo.
Cejudo. Yeah. Yeah, like stuff like that. Like you might as well. You're basically at that point already. You're like unintentionally promoting these fights that are like never gonna happen. So why not just make like a fantasy league? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Henry
So-
Cejudo would definitely beat Stipe.
Speaking of Henry Cejudo, what's up with that?
He's out. He's officially out. So when he announced his retirement after his victory at UFC 249, some of us, including myself, and I believe you as well, were kind of like, "Is that real? Did he really retire? Or is this another PR stunt?" Well, it turns out he's officially vacated his bantamweight title already in just a couple of weeks. He's no longer on the UFC page, so his retirement seems legit. There's some rumors that he's gonna be going to like WWE, which would be crazy. But it looks like the fight that is slated to decide a new belt holder would be Peter, or I think you actually pronounce it like Pilter Jan. Pilter. There's no L in there, but it sounds like there is. Pilter Jan versus Jose Aldo for the belt. Date still to be determined, but man, if I'm Jose Aldo, I'm scared. I'm scared of Pilter Jan. I will tell you that, because just like Dan Hooker, Pilter Jan, I'm pretty sure he's a cyborg.
Dude, he's another little beast, man. I'm a bit confused though. I really like Piotr Jan, and I think that he's gonna win the belt. I do. What I don't understand is, why is Jose Aldo fighting for the belt? He just lost to Marlon Moraes. Why isn't Moraes fighting for the belt? I don't understand.
Good point.
Jose's lost 2 fights in a row. He lost to the current champion at featherweight, Alexander Volkanovski, and then he lost to Marlon Moraes, who, fought against Henry Cejudo for the belt before. I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense to me.
That is true. I mean, again, this is the business side of UFC. I feel like they make, and I don't blame them for this. They make the fights that the fans want to see, because if you're looking at the bantamweight rankings right now, you've got number 1 Marlon Moraes, number 2 Aljamain Sterling. Okay, so why would it not make sense to give the number 1 guy and the number 2 guy a shot at the title fight?
Right.
This is why you have rankings. You have rankings for this reason. So why are you, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure Marlon Moraes is Brazilian, right?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I'm pretty sure he is.
But so is Jose. Jose Aldo is too.
True. So I don't understand why
And
Marlon Moraes, like you said.
Puter's Russian, so it's like that you can't really tie it to that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is happening on Fight Island. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Aljamain's actually fighting, and I think Corey Sandhagen actually. So I think Aljamain, Corey Sandhagen, who's number 4, and Rafael Assuncio, I can't pronounce that name.
Assuncio.
Are fighting on UFC 250's card, I believe.
Oh,
as
so
well
that's
as
probably
Cody,
why.
as well as Cody Garbrandt. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's maybe why. But
yeah, that's too bad. Puter's gonna take it, dude. I don't think Jose can handle. But you know what? Who knows, right? We'll find out. I'm super excited for that.
agree.
I got one more little bit before we move on. Till versus Whitaker is targeted for the July 25th UFC headliner. It was supposed to be in Dublin on August 15th, so it seems like they're pushing it up a little bit, basically, just to try and fit the schedule a little bit better. So Till versus Whitaker. Real quick, what are your thoughts on Till versus Whitaker?
Who was Darren Till's last fight? I'm trying to
That's
think.
a
Obviously,
very good
Whitaker.
question. He won his last fight.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who was his last fight.
Hold on. I
pulling this
remember
up right
watching it. I'm
now.
just trying to remember.
Kelvin
find it.
Gastelum. Why don't I remember?
Oh yeah,
that fight?
Gastelum. Right, he pieced Gastelum up with distance. He did a very good job just keeping range. I think he did better against Calvin Gastelum than Israel Adesanya did. So
Why do I not remember that fight?
I don't know, but dude,
UFC
he
244.
yeah, it wasn't that long ago. Oh, I guess it was 6 months ago.
Oh, this was the BMF title fight. This was the Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz card.
And it was it was the co-main. I think it was the
dude.
co-main.
I don't remember. It was the co-main. I don't remember this fight at all.
It was kind of slow because Darren Till was playing the distance game most of it, and he did really good playing that distance game, and he beat Kelvin. So I think if Darren Till can beat Whitaker, who's fighting for the belt after Costa, right? If Darren Till beats Whitaker, dude, I think he's fighting for the belt after Costa fights for the belt. Whoever wins Costa versus Israel Adesanya, it'll be probably Darren Till if he wins. Whoever wins that fight will fight the winner of Israel versus Costa. I think.
Although Jared, I mean that division.
Jared Cannonier, dude. Oh.
I was about to say, yeah, you got Jared Cannonier on there. You got Yoel Romero.
Yeah,
you've got
man.
Uriah Hall. That's a stacked division, man.
Yoel's done for, dude. Yoel's never fighting for the belt again.
Yeah, that's true. But
he might as well give it up.
I hope. You know what I hope happens? No, actually, I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I hope this happens. But I think Israel Adesanya is going to beat Paulo Costa. Maybe he will.
That's going to be his
but if he
biggest
loses,
challenge.
let's just hypothesize and say if Israel Adesanya loses that bout, I want to see the Kelvin Gastelum Adesanya rematch.
The rematch, and then whoever wins that fights for the belt again. Oh yeah, dude, definitely. Kelvin did really good.
That was such a good fight. That's like one of the best fights in recent memory.
It was. Oh yeah, that was amazing. I was actually surprised that Kelvin did so good. I mean, I don't know, but
I don't know who takes
the truth, dude.
Yeah, he really is. I think he might be in that champion slot for a while, to be honest. I think he's going to be, I don't know if he'll be the next John Jones, but I think he's definitely something for sure.
I think that he would do good against Darren Till. I'm worried about this Costa thing, dude. Costa's got that knockout power. He's like Yoel Romero, but if Yoel would actually like come at you, you know?
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. That was oh man.
I know.
That was hard to watch.
I lost brain cells that night. Hey, but we're running short on time, so why don't we are you ready to talk about some video games, my friend?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Be right back. Hey, and we're back. Guys, Epic Game Store. What else do I got to say? AJ, hit us.
You've converted me into an Epic Game Store fanboy. I check Epic Game Store every 3 days to see what's new. And guess what's new this week? You can save $60. Maybe you weren't even planning on spending this $60, but you can get a free game, Borderlands, the Handsome Bundle, which includes Borderlands 2 plus a game called Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. For this many dollars.
Wait, I can't.
$0.
How many? Oh, that. Oh, none.
This many's.
A bunch of none.
No dollars. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a $60 bundle. The game is $60. The bundle is $60 any other day. But until I believe it was June 4th, I think, this is completely free. So why not go to the Epic Game Store and add it to your library. You don't even have to download it right now. You can download it whenever you're ready to play it. Just add it to your library, and it's free. So we can touch on this. Yeah, I mean, why not?
Go for it.
Yeah, I was just say the Epic Mega Sale is still also running until June 11th. If you haven't checked that out, that includes up to 75% on games, including Assassin's Creed, Origins, Rainbow Six Siege, Borderlands 3, which is like $30 right now. Definitely a great deal. Hob, Watch Dogs, Star Wars Jedi, Fallen Order, which we've talked about. So again, just check out Epic.
Guys, you just have to. I mean, I don't know how Epic makes any money. They just keep giving free stuff away.
True that.
In other news, Sony PlayStation 5 reveal is dated for June 4th. Guys, that's coming up. That's next week. Thursday, June 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Daytime.
That's my anniversary.
Ooh,
my 9-year anniversary.
Nice.
Love you, boo.
Early congrats to you guys. That's awesome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So they have released a release date window. So they're saying the holidays of 2020. So we might be seeing a PS5 this holiday. You know what always comes around the release of a new PlayStation console? An Xbox
New
console.
Games.
You know Xbox is going to be coming out with something soon too. If they're going to be releasing the PlayStation 5, Xbox is going to jump on this. I'm sure we'll probably see some news about them soon. But also
Xbox Series X, I believe.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, so I wouldn't
is
doubt
also
that.
holiday 2020.
Exactly. I knew it. All right. So you guys can watch this on YouTube and on Twitch. I'm sure it'll be right at the top. But you could probably just search for Sony PlayStation 5 and it'll be right there for you. It'll also include a first look at some of the PlayStation 5 games. So I know I'll be tuning in. I'll see you guys there on Thursday.
Yeah, definitely. Do you see yourself ever buying a console again?
No.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same, man.
I might, like, if I somehow hit it big and buy a big house and have like a big like dude basement, a man cave, I would just have like a 100-inch screen, TV with like a whole bunch of different consoles hooked up to it, just for whatever.
Just because you can.
Just because I can. But I really feel like consoles, what is it going to be 10 years from now? I just feel like everybody's going to be using, an actual computer by then. But I don't know. The barrier to entry is so much lower on a console, right?
Yeah, for sure. And cloud-based is going to be huge.
Yeah. Speaking of cloud-based, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid to become the first fighting game with crossplay across 5 platforms.
Go Power Rangers.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That wasn't even planned, dude. That was perfect. We're right on the same page here. Anyway.
Yes.
So it launches on Google Stadia. I think there's been a lot of bad press around Google Stadia. But it's going to be on Google Stadia. It's going to be on PS4. It's going to be on Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and also on the PS. Oh, God, I scrubbed that last part. The PC. But it's all going to be crossplay. So you're going to be able to fight. If you're playing on Stadia, you're going to be able to fight people on Switch, and then they can go fight people on the Xbox, and they can fight everybody else. First time. Pretty crazy, right?
That's pretty awesome. Can I just say that I've never even heard of this game before, and I'm pretty disappointed in myself.
You haven't?
No.
I mean, I don't follow fighting games very often, so I mean, this is actually the first time I've heard of it either. I just thought it was cool to see a game that's like cross-platform like this. Are you gonna go buy this?
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm trying to figure out. I need to know how much this game costs.
It's free. Might I add?
It's free?
It is free 55 as part of June's collection of free games for never mind. Stadia Pro subscribers. You have to be a Stadia Pro subscriber. Sorry, I let you down.
It's all good. Dude, I used to be a fanatic when it came to fighting games. I mean, obviously Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur. I mean, all these different fighting games. I loved those games. They were so much fun. That used to be like my main game type of game.
Yoshimitsu.
all the special abilities.
Do you remember?
I wish I could. I wish I could remember what's that one from?
Soul Calibur and like
Is
Tekken.
that Soul Calibur?
And
Yeah, Tekken. That's one.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been so long.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I know you know them all. Come on now.
You guys let us know your favorite fighting games, because that actually would be kind of cool for us to stream. I feel like some sort of like fighting game.
So bad at fighting games.
So am I, man. I haven't played one in like probably 15 years.
I'm down. Let's do it. I'm down.
I used to love the ones that had like the world elements that you could like interact with. So like you could throw the guy over like in front of the cars, and the cars hit him, stuff like that. So good. I bet you. Actually, I know I've seen some of the Mortal Kombat footage of like their latest game, and some of their finishers are so gruesome and gory, like ripping people's spines out and like this insane stuff. I'm like, that's cool. What I need to get back into. I need to get there.
Oh, dude, definitely. You should do it. You can buy those like little analog pads or whatever they are. Like you can buy those like arcade pads. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just the joystick.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
You see, so mad at people like just button mashing. I'm like, you gotta be strategic, bro. You can't just button mash. You can't hit X 1,000 times, you cheater.
That's how you win.
Yeah.
I broke the game? What? High score? What's new high score mean?
Yeah.
All right, so last but not least, a little bit of VR news. Slacking on the VR today. I haven't really put anything in here. So Star Wars, oh my beloved Star Wars, is releasing another VR game. It's called Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. It was announced recently, set between the events of The Last Jedi and the Rise of the Skywalker. It's going to be published by Facebook's VR label, Oculus Studio. So based on that, we know it's going to be on the Rift and the Quest. We don't know what other platforms it's going to be on. And we don't have a whole lot of information on it. They gave a very vague screenshot, that's all I really know. I'm just excited to hear more about Star Wars.
What have they released? Many other Star Wars VR games?
I know that there's 2 Darth Vader games.
Okay.
Besides that, and those Darth Vader games, like they've got whatever. It's VR, right? And they were released like 3 years ago, so they're not very good. I haven't played them, but I've talked to people that have played them, and I've seen the reviews, and it's a VR game, so that's one thing. But it's overall, it's just not a very good game. But from what I understand, this game's gonna have better graphics, better functionality. A lot of these developers have come a long way in the past 3 years, so my hopes are high, just not too high. Cautiously optimistic.
I mean, I feel like it's an easy sell to anyone who's a Star Wars fan. Like, if you're a fan of some sort of like fantasy world like this, I mean, what's cooler than putting yourself into that world that you have grown up loving, right? Like, imagine putting yourself into some of the scenes of the Star Wars movies, like in the Cantina or in the Millennium Falcon and things like that. Like, imagine putting yourself into that. So if you can give them some just taste of that actual world, then it's an automatic sell. I feel like, as long as you have the hardware to support it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I'll probably pick it up. If I buy it when you come over, I'll let you give it a shot. I don't know. I might do a review of it. Who knows?
Ooh, reviews.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun tonight, dude.
Yeah, that was a good episode. I hope you guys out there enjoyed that. That takes us to the end of our show. So I think we should go ahead and close it out. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're ready to close it out.
Cool. All right.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead. So,
do it.
We talked about some tech news. We talked about some beer and maybe a little bit of root beer. Who knows? Talked about UFC, our beloved UFC. Can't wait. Make sure to tune in tomorrow. And then we covered some video games. And might I add that you guys definitely need to get that Epic Game Store figured out. Go get some free money. It's free. Free 55 all around. Boom, 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 boom. Make it rain.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, make sure to come check us out on Twitch every Friday. Make sure to check us out on our Twitter and Instagram page. Drop some likes, follow us, help us grow there. And definitely make sure you come check out our YouTube. Hit us with a sub, help us out as best you can. We're almost there. We're at 41 followers on Twitch and growing. So tune in again next Friday. Can't wait to see you.
Yes, absolutely. And also, really quick plug, our website, which is pretty much brand new, thegingerandthebeer.com. Go check us out there. Let us know what you think. But until next time, episode 15, we'll see you guys then. Goodbye. Bye.